What a feast. I'm
Where are you
Oh,
sitting?
my.
Your ice.
At the little table.
Oh my!
No,
I
get
can't
your
wait to
ice
start
box,
eating.
yours on.
Part of the history and tradition.
As soon as somebody says a prayer.
Aaron, you praying?
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what a night.
You guys are cute.
Why don't you two boys go and do your thing?
Can I have that feta, please?
I got a chair that I feel like I'm falling on my face. Yeah.
You like feta cheese?
I feel like
I want the one that fell. Throw it over your left shoulder.
I'm trying to.
You clean the
You
floor.
guys are
then.
cute.
Here, give it to me.
The green bean casserole?
Oh my gosh! I don't know where to
I
start,
think you're gonna have to squeeze them between.
but
your
I'm going to
green
start
beans.
right now.
If you do not stand firm in your faith, you will not stand at all. Wow. If you do not stand firm in your faith, young men, and mostly I'm talking to you and your mother, young people, your dad, much of the older ones who were fixed in our ways. So, we enter a time of such celebration for us because we were given the gift of life through that little baby. We're already ahead of everybody because.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh.
The neighbors could hear Aaron singing.
The
All
animals,
right,
I'm sure,
has
were
Aaron, Donnie, you
singing.
got your gift? This is a. We all do these together.
I know, I'm waiting. I don't get
Look on the tag.
I
love
have-
this
I
bag.
wasn't a
It's
good
a
girl this
beautiful bag.
the back. Oh, there's no name on that one.
This one has no name.
No name.
I must get two.
There you go.
See Sam tonight, tell her you weren't with another woman, you were with garbage. She doesn't have, you don't have a sugar.
Yeah, there should be burning right up where she is.
Isn't that pretty?
And then this one's to Gigi.
You got a gift, Mom. You got the gift to
Very
open.
pretty.
Who did you get this from? This
Who's
is
this?
nice.
From Sexton.
That's for Buddy.
Patty.
Cool.
Okay, so it's gonna sit by Graham.
That must have really caught
Yeah.
Buddy's eye. You know, the bright
The
color.
bird.
Here you
Yeah,
are.
the bird, yeah.
The bird.
I didn't think
The
about
bird
that.
is the word. Oh,
I
this
was
is the
thinking
back
of the
I
scratch.
know what this is,
The
yeah.
Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Oh, coffee cup?
Can you open mine too?
Yes, another.
Please.
Thank
How about
you.
that scissors?
Inspiration.
Yeah, and the boxes are gorgeous.
That is very pretty. Did you see this one?
Gorgeous.
I hate that everything's
It's
made of
gorgeous.
You know, it's sad.
Gorgeous.
What do those Chinese people think when
You, mommy.
To G.
You're welcome.
That candy.
Fernando.
Well, it's so cute because he wraps his own gift, doesn't he? He buys and wraps his own gift because Mom can't see.
T-shirts.
Yay!
Boy.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Not underwears.
Are you sure the gifter got you the right size?
Yep.
Well, I have a naked lady.
Oh, this is what's on. You got a naked lady. I would like to have a naked man.
That's Venus de Milo.
Peace the mile. I got a naked lady.
I got
The hillbilly
stars. I
family.
don't know what I got. Mom's probably got bumblebees.
Alex. Oh.
No. Oh, this is. Well, I don't know what it is, but it's
The
pretty.
Kiss. It's a famous painting.
Somebody, yeah, somebody kissing somebody.
Here. Are they looking for the naked lady?
She got the naked. Fling it to me.
Transparent. regular Scotch tape.
Stick.
I'm like, stick.
Why don't
Oh,
I
I
get
love
to open
these.
mine?
No, not yet.
Where'd you
Look
find
at that.
this? What have I got done?
And like I said, if you like another, exchange
Oh my
socks or
God.
let me
See what you got, man. Hold on.
These
It's
are
cream.
awesome.
Oh my God, you're gonna smell it like whatever.
Oh God, these two are gonna go on.
They're like chipmunks digging in a bag of treats.
You like your book, Jen?
Oh yes, I love it. I need that scissors.
Dad, do you use enough tape? Jeez.
You gotta work for it, girls.
I love it.
What did you say, Mom?
I want to thank all the ladies, children,
Gentlemen.
whatever, for cooking, preparing food, for working here in the kitchen, serving it, and making a wonderful Christmas.
Sit down.
Sit down, you ham.
Thank you,
Yes, it was
thank you,
delicious
and
ham.
thank you for becoming Michelle Obama.
I like that tissue.
Yeah.
Doesn't that got little Christmas trees on
What's
it?
in here, Donna?
I don't know. I'm afraid to look.
Look at this. Aaron?
Well, this,
Oh, Mom, you want me to hold this for you?
Grandma's gonna make it rain.
you have no idea how I needed money. You know, that last Christmas he gave me, I think it was 100 singles, I'm sure it was. And he's been giving me singles all through the year, and I'm almost broke.
Yeah,
I know, the other day I'm like, there's just a couple
Sorry.
singles, I'll stick them in the drawer.
Looks like a
Usually
bootlegger's
she's got,
wife.
like wads, you know, like the bank. Where's everybody at?
Opening all the presents and looking at what's in there and getting all excited. But on Christmas Eve, Esther and I had to go out and milk the cows.
I love this.
It didn't change. So about 5:30 in the evening, we put on our snow clothes and warm jackets and boots, and we'd head out across the snow to the barn. And the snow would be so cold and it would just crunch. I can hear it to this day. It would crunch under your feet as you walked. We'd have our buckets and we'd go out and we'd milk the cows. We had a radio in the barn when we got older, when we got power. And we'd be listening to the Christmas songs and
yeah.
country music, which was our favorite.
I love
Then when we were all done, we'd go in and
Oh, yeah.
everything would be ready. We had a Christmas tree in the corner of my mother's big kitchen, and it had real candles on it.
hello.
Real candles.
This one here.
And behind each candle was some kind of foil in different colors, reflectors, and it made it really pretty. And we never burned the house down
I was
once.
surprised you never burned the house down.
Surprising.
That's crazy.
And then, so we'd go in and we'd wash up and do what we had to do, and then we'd all, the whole family would sit around the Christmas tree, and my mother and father met in a choir. And he sang bass and she sang soprano, and well, Esther and I sang different parts of harmony, so we had like 4-part harmony singing all the Christmas songs. And we'd go through that, and then my mother would read the Christmas story. And a neighbor would come by, either from across the road, they'd stop by, and my mother never drank, but she'd always bring out the whiskey and give him a shot of whiskey. that was so funny. Or George and May Cosman would come stop by in and visit for a little while. And then we'd open our presents and we'd be so excited. I mean, when we got our first baby dolls and we had a little buggy, I remember, that we played with, and we didn't get a lot, you know, that was maybe about it, you know.
When I was a
But,
little kid, I'd have X and Y.
It was a wonderful way of spending Christmas with the family.
Things were different when we were young. A guy who came here from Greece, George Alizanis, I worked for him. He owned Groceland grocery store. He went back to Greece to get a good woman because the women here, all they wanted to do was hook up. You know, it was not the right marriage type. But there were those of us when it came time, we didn't have enough money to go to Europe or go back to Norway and find a bride. And there was a publication called the Winter Gazette. And we used to get it down here in the German neighborhoods. There were a lot of Germans that were in Logan Square as I was growing up. And they paid dowries. If you wanted to marry a woman, you had to pay the father something. So they heard in the paper from the Winter Gazette, they talked about the farm that the Mussers had in winter had 2 spinster daughters.
The Norks.
The Norks. So I went up there, and I came in and I says, I'm interested in marrying one of your daughters. This is sight unseen. So the old man sat down and we came in, and our mother came in with that little drop of whiskey that we all had when we talked. And I was pretty enamored. I had seen the girls, and I says, I'll give you 10 cows. I'll buy 10 cows for that daughter. And no one in Sawyer County had ever gotten paid 10 cows dowry from one of their women. That was top price. And he says to me, all right. And he said, I'll bring Esther out here to look. Esther was the young one. And I says, I'm not interested in Esther. I want Loretta. And we signed the deal. We had another little shot toast. I made sure that 10 cows were transferred to them. And they ran a story in the Winter Gazette that no girl had ever, no family had been paid as much as 10 cows for one of their daughters. So she was right at the top of the heap. she's my cowgirl.
I got another story about. I have another story about my mother, the woman who didn't drink. There was one hunting season when there was a hunter that didn't come back in from the woods, and so everybody was all worried about him. As a matter of fact, you didn't see where we were born, but it was a 2-story. There were 2 big bedrooms upstairs.
Oh, that's where I hurt
And
my shoulder.
my parents would lease those out to hunters. And my sister and I not only had to get up and milk the cows at 5:30 in the morning, but we had to be up before that to help my mother make breakfast for all these hungry hunters.
Bring it back. It was
But anyway, one day they all went out hunting and one hunter didn't come back, and so they were all worried about him. Well, they finally found him and brought him in. He had shot himself in the foot, of all things.
And that was Dad?
He wasn't dead.
No, I said it was Dad.
No,
That wasn't Dad.
he's always shooting himself in the foot.
Yeah.
But anyway, I can still see my mother out there. It's November hunting season around Thanksgiving, and she's got her stocking cap or whatever with a tassel on top on her head, and she's all bundled up. She sees him come in, she runs in the house and gets the whiskey. That's my mother. He gives him a shot of whiskey.
You gotta watch out for those church ladies. Bring out the whiskey. Is it Communion Sunday? Come on, it's Communion. Let's go.
Oh, but anyway, but she was so funny because she never really drank, and on sometimes Sunday dinner, our older sisters would come with their husbands and their families, Grace and Dorothy and Lucille. They'd come with all their little kids and their husbands, and so on a Sunday dinner, we always had a nice Sunday dinner. It was usually a chicken dinner and what have you. And my mother would have a little juice glass about this big with beer in it, and then she'd have to go to bed.
That's how I am. When Ellen would have that non-alcoholic beer, she'd open a can and she goes, "You want some?" So I would have a little glass like this. I'll go, "I'll have some." So she'd pour me a little glass like this, and I would drink it, and I go, "Oh, and I gotta go to bed. I think I'm drunk."
Donna.
Thank you for sharing. I
There's
love
a
you.
6-pack of non-alcoholic.
Thank you,
beer down
Jesus.
there.
What a
Take
wonderful
couple
Christmas.
home,
Yes. Yeah,
But
what a
I'm not
wonderful
kidding you,
Jesus.
Jen.
Yes.
I'm not
amen.
kidding you. I would. What happened? We were doing this teetering and we were having a good old time. And she goes, "Run!" And I go, "Why?" And I had a bull behind me. I'm going around the farm, up the stairs, down the stairs, up the stairs, down the stairs, going around and around and up and down and up and down. I was going so fast, I was almost behind the bull. And
Almost behind the
Mom
bull.
had to open the door and pull me in because I couldn't stop.
On one of her laps of rock.
I couldn't stop because I didn't want to turn around and see it. But Ellen's like, "Do you think my sister would say, 'Quietly, get down and run, Donna'?" She just gets off the teeter-totter, drops me down, and runs. Stupid.
And I was running too, but I ran in the house. And there's Donna.
She ran in the
ran in the
house.
house. And Ma's like, "Well, come in." I go, "I can't stop. I can't stop." I swear to God, I was almost behind the bull. In those days, I ran like a mother.